It's Amy. It is April 18th. So we're going to talk about the collapse of the parking garage today in New York. So if you're new here, guys, I teach gematria. It's practice coding letters into numbers. Watch my previous videos if you're unfamiliar with what this is. It is a language that is practiced today by the cabal. Okay. So with every big events, guys, it always ties back to the selected official and the ones that they have in the headlines. So the ones that are in the headlines is always the ones, that we go to look at because they're the puppet being used for the agenda, right? So today in Lower Manhattan, New York, a parking garage collapsed. And we right now, Eric Adams just got sworn in as last year as the 110th person for Manhattan, Mayor Eric Adams. So he got into office. I didn't take a picture of it. Okay, it's okay. So he got into office on January 1st of last year. And, you know, the song Murder by Numbers, and it talks about learning your ABCs and one, two, threes. It's as easy, it's a sport of the elite. Go back and look the lyrics up. It even talks about if you want to rise to the ranks of the industrious, then you have to do these murder games. And this is what this is. So it's a pretty sick ritual once you learn gematria. And with every pew pew that we've had here lately, it's always tying back to the governor and the mayors, and this one is no different, no different from all the others that we've talked about. So here's our pictures. We've got the 110th mayor. New York City. That was a big 110 ritual when the 9/11 fell. So we've got the collapse of the parking garage. So these are the numbers we see all the times within these rituals that they do. So we got the parking garage 115, collapse is 43, parking garage is 74. Killing, Lucifer, Masonic are all 74, 115, and 43. So we have the collapse of the parking garage. So he gives a big old press conference, and it's 230 days from his birthday. And if you write out his full name, it equals 230. Identical to what happened at Tops in Buffalo. When you wrote out Kathy Holcomb, you got exactly that many days from when the shooting, the pew occurred. These are sick ass rituals, man. Proven every day with the language of gematria. Every day. So we're 230 days away from this one's birthday. See, there's his birthday. And that's the day it collapses. We're also 107 days away from his anniversary of taking office. And 107 is a number that you see all the time in sacrifices and ritual sacrifices. And you'll see why here in a second. So he was born on September 1st and he's age 62. So here we go, guys. So today is the day, leaving 257 days in the year. We're 107 days away from his anniversary of taking office. He's 62 years old, right? And look, and there's where it happens at 57 Ann Street. Got the 67 playing into the pattern. It's time for him to step in and do something and, for the order. So here he is pictured doing his little presentation, telling people what happened. They're reporting that this building had 64 violations. 64. Had 64 violations with the New York City Buildings Department. Like, Ann Street's got the Masonic numbers. Like, these are sick rituals, guys, that these people are doing in the headlines. And It always plays out like this right here. Their name is equal, and the day these things are coming down or these pew pews are happening, it never fails, guys. So we also got let me go back and get this other one real quick here. So we got the headline today that Fox settled with Dominion over the whole voting crap, right? So they made sure to tell us that their stocks today closed slightly at $34 per share after the settlement. When settlement equals 34 and Fox News equals 34. And this gets sicker too because if you go in and look at the CEO, because he was the one that was mentioned in the headline, it's 144 days from his birthday, which is a number that we teach about all the time with the mark of the beast and things. I didn't put the screenshot in there. Mark of the beast and Jesuit order is 144. So it says that this is the second largest settlement in history, and next to the one with Walt Disney that paid 177 million. So this settlement 787 million next to 177 million, right? With Walt Disney. So there's your 177s. Both of these things equal 144 too if you take the off. So if you take the off and it's just Jesuit order mark of the beast, they equal 144, which is the 144 days from this guy's birthday. So now we've got this $177 million lawsuit that Walt Disney had, and now this is the largest one in history, right? So 787 is the 138th prime, and it just beat Walt Disney. Walt Disney's 138. This is news by numbers. It's number games every day. So we also got the headline that this lady that played in Friday the 13th, that she's dead too. The Friday the 13th originally came out on March 22nd, which is 322, and we know that's Skull and Bones, Order 322. They come from Yale University. Look, there's that 177 again that we just talked about. I told you we talk about the same numbers over and over, guys. See, the Jesuit Order, Mark of the Beast. She's dead 38 years and 20 days after the release of the movie. Her death comes 38 years and 20 days after the release of the movie. Number games, patterns, history repeating every time. We got the death of the former Cleveland Browns. Chris Smith is dead at age 31 for unknown causes. Look, same numbers, guys, we're talking about all the time. He's dead 66 days from his birthday, and that's who drafted him. Same patterns over and over and over. Drafted by the Jaguars, 66, dead 66 days from his birthday. Got those kill numbers. Taking deals with the devils, guys. You know, these songs that talk about it and these movies that talk about it, these are not games, guys. This is what they're telling you the truth, you know. Yesterday they put out a headline that they had made some arrests over the Chinese police stations. And if you'll know, there's those same numbers, guys, right? But yesterday was April 17th. So if you look right here at the one that's got the marks around it, you got April 17th, which is number of the beast, and it's the day leaving 258 days left in the year. So see, April 17th, it leaves 258 days in the year. So that's a number of the beast. So we knew it was going to be some beastie rituals in the headlines yesterday. And just because of the date, April 17th, leaving 258 days. You have to ask yourself who made the calendar, you know, so that it just syncs up so perfect with things like this. So they said China had been accused of establishing some hundred such stations. So they don't tell you the real number. They tell you it's about 100, give or take. You know, Number games, guys. Number games. Like, we already went over this one. If you haven't seen the video over the ritual they done with Ralph, definitely check that one out because that one's a whole video in itself, and I don't want to make this one too long, so I really wanted to cover that collapse in the Fox Corp. But guys, I'm out for the evening. Y'all have a great rest of your night.